Hello, Steve out say no. Well, I just a second ago finished watching the trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy. It looks great. I'd heard a lot of people, of course, all the usual suspects going on and on about it. And I'm like, oh God, what have they done now? Nothing. I mean, okay, Tinkerbell's black, but she's a fairy. Why can't a fairy be black? I mean, why does she have to be a little blonde white woman? Why can't? I mean, fine. I mean, Kylie was really cool in Moulin Rouge, the original Tinkerbell, great. But why can't we have, like, I mean, it's just racism. It's just racism. And I don't know if these people really care, if they really get upset, or if they just know, okay, this is the story we need to go with. We need to get outraged about this and put these stories out because that's what our base wants. That's what the culture wars needs today. That's what the base needs, to feed it today. Because I don't even know what the problem is. I mean, yes, Tinkerbell's black. I've seen a bunch of pictures of Tinkerbell being black. I'm like, she's cute. Who cares? She's so small anyway. What does it matter? She's like this big on the screen. Like, what? Ugh. And the other issue, I think. Oh, just wait. Is Peter Pan a redhead? No, he's got brown hair. Someone was saying something about no redheads. I'm like, who was redhead in that anyway? Was Wendy a redhead? I don't know. I mean, I think maybe the Peter Pan himself isn't like totally white or something. Like, oh hell no, you can't have that. I'm like, I didn't even think about it now. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I'm looking back. I'm like, you kind of had dark hair. I don't know. See, not being racist, I don't get triggered by these things that bother the racist people. And I'm like, why are they upset? Oh, because, yeah, I have to have it explained sometimes. And I don't know why. Aside from the obvious Tinkerbell's black, I can't see why they're upset about this. It looked great. Basically, these kids go to Neverland. I think they're returning to Neverland. I think it looks like they're being introduced to the Lost Boys. Oh, some of the Lost Boys are girls, and we're like, we're the Lost Boys, and she's like, all boys, and some of the girls like, so, like, we're just as tough as the boys. Who cares? And yeah, who cares? Did all the Lost Boys have to be boys? Why were the Lost Boys boys? What was that about? Why do they have to be boys? Okay, if that was a sexist thing, why can't we move on from that and have lost boys and girls? What's the issue? Wouldn't it just be the lost kids? Why wouldn't all kids go to, God, when you really think about that, what was Peter just recruiting like Wendy just because he wanted like a concubine or something? Because the whole island was like lost boys and he wasn't gay? I mean, you can't think about these cartoons too hard. And I just went down that rabbit hole. And I'm like, I guess, yeah, weren't they all boys? Where were the girls? Why weren't there any girls? That's so wrong. There should be boys and girls. Of course, all kids should be able to go to Neverland. Why not? So, yeah, okay. Loved it. The colour could have been a little brighter because this is a problem in cinema in general. There's this trend to make everything dark and grey, and somehow if you use colour you're lame or you're just not. It's like someone somewhere said if it's dull it means it's stylised, and you spent a lot of money stylising this film to make it look dull and grey. I don't know when that happened, but it's in every film. This film not as much, but still it wasn't as bright as it needed to be. Neverland should be bright. Should be like Oz. And the original Hook film it was. So that's the only complaint that I would have, is that the film does look quite dull at the start, but they're, back in London, so of course it's going to be dull. But even when they go to Neverland, it still doesn't get that bright. So that's my only issue. I have no issue with Tinkerbell being black. Why not? I have no issue with the Lost Boys having girls, because why shouldn't they just be the Lost Children? They can call themselves Lost Boys, but it doesn't have to be actually gender specific. We call girls boys all the time, guys. Hey, the guys are here. You refer to some guys as girls, like, oh, my sisters are here. The girls are here. I mean, who cares? I don't get this. Why? Because they need, they need their dose, each day, their dose of outrage. They need to find something to be upset about. And I think 90% of the time they just make it up. And they're not actually bothered by this. I can't imagine any of the usual suspects saw this trailer and actually thought that looks awful. Because it looks great. I don't know what the issue is. And this is just my reaction to the trailer as, oh wow, that looks good. and the reaction from people, because I just assumed there was going to be some big, obvious, over the top, self-conscious, woke thing or something that they'd gone too far with. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, what's the problem? I don't get it. So yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I like to talk. I could talk forever. That's why I try and keep my videos to 5 minutes. And I often get past 5 minutes. I just manage to stop talking before it gets to 6. That's about the best I can do. But I'm going to go. I don't understand what the issue is. And I find it baffling and sad that these people just make a career out of just creating drama and issues and, pop culture wars and things that don't really exist, that aren't really issues, to distract on behalf of other people and bigger issues. It's just really sad. And I'm going to go.